but also do their part to divide the movement, if you will. And you want to steer clear of some of that behavior. It's a very serious situation that we're in. We're going to talk a little bit more in the future about Comcast making phone calls. We'll also talking about calling City Council, Sam Adams, Dan Salzman, and letting them know how much you care about access and that it's a valuable part of the community, and make it an election issue. This is very, very important. You need to realize the power of the phone lines, making phone calls, writing letters. It doesn't matter if you don't have any money. If you've got time, and a lot of you do have time because you're not working, so why not get involved in a project? Because the way I choose to live my life philosophically is live with no regrets. Live like there's no tomorrow. Be in the now. And even though the end destination seems scary, it's about the journey, what we do now in our lives between right now and then. That's what's important, and that's what's key. We'll take phone calls tonight, 503-288-4442. We're going to have to keep them brief because we have some more roll-ins, but we do want to hear from the audience on the last live Thursday of the quarter. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm just calling to say that I'm really sorry to know that that the hours are being cut down and your days and whatnot, and 25% of the people have been let go because this station has been my source of information, and also I listen to this show right here. I listen to this one. I watch it a lot, and so I just want to say thank you for the information that you're putting out there.
Well, I thank you for calling, and if you could do us a favor, make a few phone calls. You see, okay. I think it's good to call the Portland Community Media Hotline, and okay. I think the viewers should express on the hotline how they feel about some of the shows here, okay. Be it positive or negative. Sometimes there's things that are offensive, and you can also call if you see things such as that, because there are a lot of different shows, and I don't watch TV, but I also know there's some weird stuff on Access.
Yeah.
And so it's good to voice your opinion. Then there's also the Comcast issue, and then, of course, City Council. So hopefully in the near future I can get more organized, but I'm making this my issue. Go ahead.
Well, another thing I wanted to say while I'm out, while I got your attention, is that people, you were talking about Comcast and NBC coming together. Well, also I found out that Sears,
trying to lay down the smackdown on Access TV.
Yeah, that Sears,
and they're carrying some heavy nuts.
Was bought out by Kmart.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the things that Sears has been around my whole life, and I'm just watching like one company just gobble up another, and just
gobble.
It's turning into like one big.
You've heard about the bailout thing, banker bailout, and save this and save that. At
yeah.
one point, when do they do that for the media, and then what does that do for democracy?
Well, see, what's happening is everything is being owned pretty much by the government. Our houses are now owned by the government. The car industry is owned by the government, and which is turning us into a socialist country. And
it's hard to put exactly what it is, be it fascism, soft fascism 2.0, communism, socialism. Sometimes I think labels get in the way, language gets in the way of conveying how evil this system really is, but I totally understand where you're going with that too.
Okay, I just wanted to say one more thing. It's about corn syrup.
Go for it. Oh, there's
high fructose corn syrup. They're putting it in everything, and it's poisonous because it's laced with mercury.
Right.
And people should be cautious of when they buy soda pop or candy or even a can of beans. You just got to read the labels and make sure that everything you're getting, what you're buying,
Bill, I love you.
I
love you, Bill, but you hear what she's saying.
In it.
You got that can of Coke, Bill. You hear what she's saying. I'm not. But think about it. Thank you for your call, ma'am.
Yeah.
Definitely stuff to look at. I want to add something else about corn syrup. Using sex to sell things. For those of you that saw the Super Bowl ads last year, right after the report came out about mercury being in the corn syrup, it seriously dumbs you down. Major neurological dysfunction, who knows what else. Same thing with genetically modified food. There's a report on Monsanto and potatoes, soy, things like that, and organ failure. Why? Because it's a pesticide. It's food, but it's literally a pesticide because pesticide is grown in the food, so the insects don't eat it. It's kind of sick when you look at it. But using sex to sell corn syrup, birds are chirping. It's a beautiful summer day. Boyfriend and girlfriend, they're laying down. It looks like Laurelhurst Park. She offers him, "You want some of this lollipop?" Big red lollipop. Red, symbolizing sexuality. Lollipop next to the girl's mouth. Regular commercial in the Super Bowl. And he's like, "I thought you loved me. That has corn syrup in it." And she's like, "What's wrong with corn syrup, Suey? It's natural. It comes from the earth." And he's like, "Duh," because the man is stupid. He doesn't, have any brains whatsoever. And they're using the pretty woman to, in a pretty sick way, sell something that's bad for you. Just like some of the women on TV on Fox and CNN going, "Now there's a new study saying mercury is good for you." And yeah, it just goes on. And death is good, and war is good, and all these things are wonderful. Back to Wolf Blitzer, and he's just sitting there like, "Hello, everybody," and he's doing these Masonic hand signs. "We're in the war room. All right, we're going to go and zoom in on Obama. Oh, yeah, and this whole story about how if you criticize the president, you're a racist. Oh, my God, there's terror coming to America. There are people who don't like the president. Release the body scanners. Release the brain scanner." I mean, they're talking about in Europe, mobile body scanners. It's getting beyond some of the stuff you saw in the sci-fi films of the 1970s and 1980s. This is beyond 1984. It's beyond Brave New World. It's happening now. There's stuff flying over our skies that some people think are UFOs. UFOs, I mean, yeah, I'm not putting anyone down that believes in that stuff, and I believe in some of that stuff too. But a lot of what you think is a flying object is something else. Seriously, you ought to take a look at some of the stuff that we know is out there. Now, I don't want you to get scared and paranoid. I don't like, waking up in the dark of night worrying about this stuff and hearing the helicopter literally fly over my house. And it takes a little bit of faith in my life to do this without being afraid of being killed, being kidnapped. Who knows what they've got planned for some of us that are more on the vocal end of things. But some of you out there worried about emails and emailing someone and being on a list, you need to put that fear aside. Okay, you need to pull up your pants and wipe the snot off your nose. You need to be a man, you need to be a woman. If enough of us stand up, we can do something about this, and there are a lot of us standing up. That's why they're not taking some of us out. I mean, they don't want it to look like we're right or martyr us, you understand? But also, they know how much money is in my bank account and, things of that nature. They're seeing Alex and his $27. He's no threat. His meetup groups maybe have, anywhere from 10 to 25 people, but it's not going anywhere specifically. But my goal is not to go necessarily to have one agenda, to do one thing. It's to present different ideas about what's going on and get it out there and get people thinking. I ain't going to be on the front lines of some armed revolution. Man, I'm going to be in a whole different place. Where that place is, that place of peace with other people that believe in the same thing as I do, not exactly, but where we resonate at a more loving level. You know what I'm saying? And they have somewhat of an idea of what's going on, and they're willing to work together to get something done. Because basically, it's my opinion, and my experience has taught me a couple things. The biggest thing in our way is ourselves, our own egos, myself included. People being able to talk to one another, we've got phone calls, and we'll do that now. But that's a thing we certainly need to look at, how we interact with one another, myself included. Go ahead, Bill. Let's go to the caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is Nina.
Hi, Nina.
I just wanted to, I won't take up a lot of your time. I wanted to say something profound on the last show, but what I'm going to do is tell you there's a coffee shop near where you're meeting already called Nino's Adriatic at Marino's, MARNIO''S, and they're open late, like till 8 as it is, and I'm sure the owners would work with whatever you need. They're on 41st and Division. And that's close to where you are in Belmont, so just try them out for the interim.
Inner Southeast is good for people that watch this show.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking a lot of people are taking the bus, so I've been I've declined some offers.
Yeah, it's directly on a bus line. I think it's on the 4, but it's a nice place.
I'll have to write this down. Okay, yeah, 41st and Division. I got it. I mean,
Adriatic.
I would like to have the Mount Tabor Theater on Hawthorne because the bigger the auditorium, more people can come.
of course.
and the speakers. I mean, remember we used to have a lot of speakers in Portland.